had the privilege of watching Alita Battle Angel, directed by Robert Rodriguez, produced by James Cameron. The first thing that I need to tell you guys about this film is you need, and I mean you need to watch this in IMAX 3D. So I went in blind into this film, not knowing what the world was like, not knowing what the characters were like, or what they do in this world or how they work. Just want to get that out of the way for this review. I am solely reviewing this film based on what I saw in this theater. Dr. Ito, he finds this robot head, and he's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna make this into a full-size body robot girl, cyborg girl, and then call her Alita. She just doesn't know who she is. She doesn't know what her purpose is, where she came from. So now this whole film is just about her journey, discovering the truth behind her, discovering that she can also kick a lot of butt, and there is so much to behold in this film on a visual aspect. I'm going to talk about the things that I loved in this film, and there is plenty to talk about with this film, especially if you have seen this in IMAX 3D. The one thing that totally caught me off guard was honestly the visuals, because the trailers looked really mesmerizing when it came to it, but some shots looked really bad, and I was like, you know what, maybe until I see this in context in theaters, and I didn't even know it was an IMAX 3D screen, the one that I went to, it was the only way to truly experience this film the way it was intended for the audience. One other thing that I loved was the fight sequences were so well choreographed, so well shot, and also, yes, it goes with the visuals, just the way that it is done, the look and feel, the special effects, the fight movements, you can tell that there was so much hard work for almost every single fight scene that this director, choreographer, producers wanted to show you and see what Alita can do with the knowledge that she used to have, kind of like Jason Bourne when he wakes up and he's like, oh my gosh, I can fight people, I can beat people up, but I don't know who I am. It's like that, but in the year 2562, something like that. Rosa Salazar did a phenomenal job with what she was given, at least, and you can see her emotions behind this character, and you're truly behind her. The other thing that leads into my another positive was Christoph Waltz does such a great job. The chemistry between Christoph Waltz and Rosa Salazar is really the heartbeat behind this film. And I had to really think about it because there were some scenes I wasn't really fully connected with in a character development way, but whenever they were on screen, they gave it their all and you felt that there was a connection between them. Sadly, this isn't a perfect film, not by any shot, so let's get into the things that I didn't necessarily love about this movie. The story could have been more panned out, as in the writer's room, and I believe this movie was written by James Cameron and Robert Rodriguez. Sadly, to keep it short, this movie just did not have enough on the hook of emotions and well-developed characters to be like, this movie made me move, made me feel something throughout the entire film. Another thing that didn't really taste well to me was there was a ton of exposition, and I get it, it's a new world that I've never experienced, I've never read the source material, but when somebody's just telling you every single detail without letting you breathe for a moment, it's gonna kind of annoy you. And there were some moments where I was like, I could have figured that out on my own. And yes, there was some things that needed to be explained, but not every single thing. The last thing that I didn't necessarily get along with was some parts in the third act. Not the whole third act, but something happens in the film where I felt it kind of rushed into this random conclusion that happens, and in the end it just sets up another sequel. They focus too much in the last 20 minutes setting up the next dramatic story when they could have just focused on what they had, and I was slightly disappointed a little bit with what the story could have been. I'm going to give Alita Battle Angel a worth seeing. If you want an actual score out of 10, I would give it a 7 out of 10. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to click like and subscribe, and please, as always, don't forget to be blessed.